रहा है, आपके जिले के वो कौन से उत्पाद है, किसानों की वो कौन सी पैदावार है, कारखानों में से बनी हुई वो कौन सी चीज है जो दुनिया के बाजार में पहुंचेगी, जिले से एक्सपोर्ट होगा। क्या कभी आपने उन लोगों की मीटिंग बुलाई कि भाई बताइए आपकी कौन सी चीज विदेश जा सकती है? आपके जिले में जीएसटी कलेक्शन, क्या कभी जिले का हिसाब लगाया कि पहले की तुलना में कितना जीएसटी कलेक्शन बढ़ा है? चोरी तो नहीं हो रही है, कोई गड़बड़ तो नहीं हो रही है। जितना ज्यादा जीएसटी कलेक्शन होगा उतना विकास के लिए धन उपलब्ध होगा। आपके जिले से ऐसी कौन सी विशेष उत्पाद है जिसको जीआई टैग मिले? और आजकल दुनिया में जीआई टैग वाली चीजों की मांग बन गई है। अब आपको ढूंढना चाहिए ऐसा काम करने वाले लोगों को। आपको पता होगा मेरे यहां बनारस का पान जो है ना, वो भी जीआई टैग है। तो ऐसी बहुत सी चीजें आपके यहां भी हो सकती है। आपके जिले में ज्यादा से ज्यादा घरों में रूफटॉप सोलर पैनल, ये अभियान कैसे चले? क्या जिले में 5 गांव ऐसे बना सकते हैं जो पूरी तरह सोलर एनर्जी से चलते हो? अभी आपको पता होगा यूनाइटेड नेशंस के महासचिव देखने के लिए गए थे मोढेरा। देश का पहला सोलर विलेज बना है। आपने सोचा है कि आपके जिले में क्या करेंगे? क्या आपने सोचा है कि आपके जिले की जितनी सारी स्ट्रीट लाइट्स है, एक भी स्ट्रीट लाइट ऐसा न हो जहां का बल्ब एलईडी बल्ब ना हो? डेली पूछा जाए, उसके कारण बिजली का पैसा बचेगा, वो और काम में आएगा। आप ये तय कीजिए, जैसे पूरे देश में चला है 1 डिस्ट्रिक्ट 1 प्रोडक्ट। आपके जिले में 1 डिस्ट्रिक्ट 1 प्रोडक्ट योजना, उसको कैसे मजबूत किया जाए, उसको कैसे विस्तार किया जाए, और जो लोग 1 डिस्ट्रिक्ट 1 प्रोडक्ट की पहचान बन रही है, आपके जिले को पूरा राज्य और पूरा देश इस प्रोडक्ट के नाते जाना जाए, ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है? उसी प्रकार से एग्रीकल्चर का भी हो सकता है कि आपके जिले में कौन सी ऐसी फसल है जिसके कारण आपका जिला पहचाना जाए। ये ताकत देता है। उसी प्रकार से देश के नौजवान बहुत तेजी से खेलकूद की दुनिया में आगे आ रहे हैं। आप तय कीजिए आपके जिले में खेलकूद की सबसे ज्यादा महारत है, ऐसे 1 या 2 या 3 खेल कौन से हैं? पूरी ताकत जिले में 2 या 3 खेलों पर लगाई जाए और राष्ट्रीय अंतर्राष्ट्रीय खिलाड़ी तैयार किए जाए, खेलकूद के मैदान तैयार किए जाए। आपका जिला खेलकूद में भी राज्य में पहले नंबर कैसे आए, देश में पहले नंबर कैसे आए, ये नेतृत्व आपको देना होगा। ज्यादा से ज्यादा खेलकूद की स्पर्धाएं होनी चाहिए, खेल के मैदान भरे हुए होने चाहिए। देश के नौजवानों को, अभी मैं मध्य प्रदेश गया था, शहडोल आदिवासी क्षेत्र है, एक छोटा सा इलाका, 1000 से ज्यादा वहां फुटबॉल की टीमें हैं, 1000 से ज्यादा फुटबॉल क्लब है। और उसका परिणाम ये आया है कि उस इलाके में नशे वगैरह जैसी बदियां, बुरी बुरी चीजें प्रवेश नहीं कर पाई हैं। साथियों, ऐसे अनेक विषय हैं जिस पर आप लोग चर्चा कर सकते हैं, टारगेट तय कर सकते हैं, हर महीना उसका रिपोर्टिंग ले सकते हैं। और साथियों, जनता जनार्दन ईश्वर का रूप होती है। हमको कहीं पर भी काम करने का जनता ने अवसर दिया, मतलब जी जान से जुटना ही है, परमात्मा की सेवा करने जैसा काम है। साथियों, आपके पास एक जिला पंचायत डेवलपमेंट प्लान भी होना चाहिए। इसमें आप तय समय में अपने लक्ष्यों को हासिल करने का रोड मैप बना सकते हैं। साथियों, भाजपा के प्रतिनिधि के तौर पर आपको पंचायत व्यवस्था का लाभ समाज की आखिरी पंक्ति में खड़े आखिरी व्यक्ति तक पहुंचाना है। और मैं आप जिला के नेताओं से आग्रह करूंगा, आप सप्ताह में 2 रात अपने क्षेत्र के किसी न किसी छोटे स्थान पर जाकर के रात को रुकना चाहिए, वहां के लोगों के साथ बैठना चाहिए। सप्ताह में 2 दिन ये कोई बहुत मुश्किल काम नहीं है, आप ये कर सकते हैं। कहीं गांव गए, रात को वापस आ गए, ऐसा नहीं। वहां रुकना मतलब रुकना है। आप देखिए, इतने से ही फर्क शुरू हो जाएगा। आप जानते हैं कि आज केंद्र सरकार हर योजना के 100% सैचुरेशन का लक्ष्य लेकर चल रही है, और ये तभी संभव है जब गांव-गांव में हम इस लक्ष्य को हासिल करें, और जब हम 100% सभी हितकारी को 100% लाभ पहुंचाने में सफल होते हैं, तो जातिवाद भी नहीं रहता है, परिवारवाद भी नहीं रहता है, मेरा तेरा भी नहीं रहता है, भ्रष्टाचार के लिए जगह नहीं रहती है, सच्चे अर्थ में सामाजिक न्याय होता है, सच्चे अर्थ में सेक्युलरिज्म होता है। और इसलिए 100% ये हमारा लक्ष्य रहना चाहिए। पिछले 9 वर्षों में किसानों के लिए बीज से बाजार तक ऐसी व्यवस्था का निर्माण किया गया है जिससे खेती की लागत कम हो और आय बढ़े। अप्राकृतिक खेती, इस पर बड़ा बल दिया जा रहा है। पीएम किसान सम्मान निधि के तहत ये आंकड़ा भी बहुत बड़ा है, और ये मोदी की गारंटी है। देखिए कैसे काम होता है। 2019 में जब मैंने शुरू किया तो लोग कहते हैं तो चुनाव है इसलिए कर रहे हैं। मोदी की गारंटी चुनावी वादे नहीं होती है। मोदी जब गारंटी देता है तो उसको जमीन पे उतार के रहता है। प्रधानमंत्री किसान सम्मान निधि के तहत 2,60,000 करोड़ रुपए किसानों के खाते में सीधे जमा कराए जा चुके हैं। ये आंकड़ा याद रखना, 2,60,000 करोड़। आप कल्पना कर सकते हैं हमारे चुके हैं। ये आंकड़ा याद रखना, 2,60,000 करोड़। आप कल्पना कर सकते हैं हमारे किसानों को जो यूरिया 300 रुपये से कम में मिल रही है, लेकिन आपको पता है दरअसल उसकी कीमत क्या है? सारा खर्च सरकार अपने कंधों पर उठाती है, किसान के कंधे पर नहीं जाने देती है। आज दुनिया के कई देश हैं जहां एक यूरिया का थैला जो हम बोरी बेचते हैं ना, 300 से भी कम दुनिया में 3,000 में बिकती है। इतना पैसा सरकार बोझ उठाती है ताकि किसान पर बोझ न पड़े। नैनो यूरिया के द्वारा भी किसानों का ट्रांसपोर्टेशन पर होने वाला खर्च कम होने वाला है। फसल बीमा योजना के जरिए भी किसानों को 1,30,000 करोड़ रुपए से ज्यादा का मुआवजा मिला है। अब 1,30,000 करोड़ पहले के जमाने में कोई होता, पूरे किसानों का पूरा बजट भी नहीं होता था।
पूछा है कि इको टूरिज्म उत्तर प्रदेश में एक ही प्रोजेक्ट दिया नहीं है। सर, मैं कहना चाहता हूं कि टूरिज्म को उसका इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर खड़ा करना ये राज्य सरकार का काम होता है, टूरिज्म मिनिस्ट्री का वहां का काम होता है, और इसको फाइनेंशियली मदद करना।
आप सदन नहीं चलाना चाहते, ये नारेबाजी का स्थान है। प्रश्नकाल समय के अंदर आप सदन नहीं चलाना चाहते, ये व्यवस्था अच्छी नहीं है। फिर माननीय सदस्यों से आग्रह करता हूं, ये सदन नारेबाजी के लिए नहीं है। सदन में प्रश्नकाल महत्वपूर्ण समय होता है, आप चर्चा कराएं, संवाद करें। इस महत्वपूर्ण विषय पर आप सरकार की जवाब देते कर सकते हैं। आप यहां नारेबाजी करने आते हैं। सदन की कार्रवाई आज 12 बजे तक के लिए स्थगित की जाती है।
Noon today, we've seen the proceedings.
Became the first Indian male archer to claim such a title at the World Archery Championships. Jyoti Surekha Venam won bronze medal in the women's individual compound event, while the team of Jyoti Venam, Praneeth Kaur and Oditi Gopichand Swami put on an outstanding performance to clinch gold medal in women's compound team event. Honorable members, this has been India's best ever performance at the World Archery Championships. Their achievements reflect our rapid stride forward in the arena of sports and is testimony to the unwavering focus, tremendous hard work and wholehearted dedication of our sports persons. This is also on account of affirmative government initiatives and policies. Their exemplary performance is bound to inspire and motivate the nation. On behalf of the House and my own, I extend our felicitations to the archers and wish them all the success in their future endeavors. We hope they will continue to bring laurels and make the nation proud by their achievements. Papers to be laid on the table. General Retired V.K. Singh.
Sir, with your permission, I rise to lay papers on the table of the House as mentioned against my name at serial number 2A in the list of business today.
Shri V. Muralidharan.
Respected Chairman, sir, with your permission, I rise to lay on the table of the House the papers listed against my name.
Rajya Sabha is functioning and Amit continues to be with us as far as Rahul Gandhi's return to Parliament is concerned. Amit, in fact, when do we see Rahul Gandhi attend the proceedings in the House, given that the notification has come through?
Well, Sneha, it is very much expected that Rahul Gandhi could come to the Parliament complex today itself. He has been reinstated as the MP in Lok Sabha, and we have been given to understand through our sources that there's a possibility that Rahul Gandhi could come to the Parliament today itself. We know the visuals have already come where inside Mallikarjun Kharge's office, the entire opposition party MPs from the India bloc who had come together to strategize about the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha strategies, they were celebrating amongst themselves the very fact that Rahul Gandhi has been reinstated as MP, Lok Sabha MP, and they were distributing sweets amongst themselves. We saw a very elated Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary offering sweets to Mallikarjun Kharge, and there are other MPs as well who are literally standing inside the Parliament complex with sweets in their hands. So it is expected that Rahul Gandhi could come to the Lok Sabha complex today itself. Now it is to be seen whether he will be participating in the proceedings or not. Lok Sabha has been adjourned till 12 noon today, so there's an hour window as well for Rahul Gandhi to reach here, and whether he'll be participating in the proceedings or not, that is to be seen. But the window or the door for tomorrow's participation in the no confidence motion for Rahul Gandhi is definitely open. So tomorrow there could be a massive firework inside the Lok Sabha on the floor of the House, because remember last time around when Rahul Gandhi was there, he had made some very fiery speeches against the government before being disqualified as Lok Sabha MP. So him returning back to the Parliament at a time when Delhi Services Bill is in Rajya Sabha, this is a litmus test moment for the India bloc parties. And in Lok Sabha, there's a no confidence motion moved by Gaurav Gogoi of the Congress party. So tomorrow, when Rahul Gandhi comes to the floor of the House, if he speaks, what we can expect is that there will be massive
firework inside the floor of the House. But today what we are given to understand that there's a high possibility that the Wayanad MP could come to the Parliament complex and meet the MPs from other opposition parties and specifically those from the India bloc parties. And so much so that these MPs, be it Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge, Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary or other MPs from the Congress party, they are eagerly waiting for their leader to come to the Parliament and, meet again like the older days. Back to you, Sneha.
Amit, like I said, the optics of this is great for the Congress and for the opposition. Rahul Gandhi back in Parliament, expecting him to take on the Prime Minister like he's done in the past as well with these celebrations. Perhaps Gandhi even going back to his old house where he stayed since the first time he became an MP in 2004, isn't it?
Well, Sneha, that we will have to wait for whether he's going back to his old residence in Tughlaq Lane or not. That is to be seen, because remember, on one side you have the notification coming from the Lok Sabha Secretariat about Rahul Gandhi being reinstated till the time the judgment is not changed in the defamation, Surat defamation case. But on the other side, as far as allotment of the bungalow is concerned, that has to be done by the NDMC, that is the nodal authority in this particular case. So we will have to wait whether NDMC reallocates the same bungalow to Rahul Gandhi or not. I mean, there shouldn't be any problem in doing so, because nobody has been already allocated that particular bungalow. So if NDMC wants, it could issue a notification reallocating that particular bungalow to Rahul Gandhi. But the clarity on this fact, whether he's going back to his own house, the old house or not, that will have to wait for till the time the NDMC does not issues a notification. It could be a possibility, but whether that is a fact or not, for that we'll have to wait till the time NDMC issues a notification in that regard.
All right, the NDMC has been marked on that notification as far as the notification from the Lok Sabha Secretariat is concerned, because remember, the NDMC is the authority responsible, in fact, for these allocations. The Lok Sabha Secretariat is, but the NDMC makes these arrangements. So it does look like things are going to move swiftly for Rahul Gandhi when it comes to going back to his 13th Tughlaq Lane residence as well. Rahul Gautam is also with us from Das Janpath, just next to the AICC headquarters. Das Janpath, of course, is the residence of Mrs. Sonia Gandhi and of Rahul Gandhi staying with her. Rahul celebrations have broken out, and the Congress workers there are hopeful that their leader, Rahul Gandhi, is going to be, in fact, the one taking on the Prime Minister in next few weeks and months to come, isn't it, in the run-up to the elections?
Congress workers are still celebrating the grand comeback of Rahul Gandhi, and now you can see on TV screens, these are the Congress workers who are expressing their happiness, quite elated over this fact that Rahul Gandhi will now be joining discussions. His membership has now been reinstated as a parliamentarian, and therefore all these folk dancers, they have been brought in by Congress workers from various parts of the national capital. Sweets are being distributed.
Back to Rahul in a moment from now. All eyes on Rahul Gandhi's imminent Lok Sabha entry. Rahul Gandhi can participate in the No Trust War. Gandhi to get a new house as a member of parliament is what we are learning. Rahul Gandhi can get a new house as member of parliament. Is he going to go back to his old house, or is there going to be a new house? In fact, we'll be getting in more details on that story, but Gandhi will be participating in the No Trust motion debate. Tomorrow is what we know. He is, in fact, possibly going to be getting a new house, is what we are also learning. Rahul Gautam also continues to be with us. Rahul, anything that you're picking up on that front as far as Mr. Gandhi going back to his old house is concerned, or is there going to be a new house which is going to be allocated by the Secretariat?
Well,
First, there's still no clarity that while Rahul Gandhi will be heading back to his residence that was in Tughlaq Lane, or he's going to stay here at 10 Janpad, and by the virtue of being a parliamentarian, he's entitled to get a government accommodation. However, there is a sense among Congress workers and leaders, at least a portion of it, believe that Rahul Gandhi should now get a new house for himself, so we have to really wait and watch that, whether Rahul Gandhi will be heading back to Tughlaq Lane residence where he used to reside earlier when he was a member of parliament, or whether he's going to get a new house for himself. But as we speak, I want to give a quick update to our viewers that around 10 minutes back, Rahul Gandhi has arrived here at 10 Janpad from Backgate, and in fact, what we are learning from our sources that he might go to parliament today. And we all know, as visuals are speaking for themselves, that the entire Congress party is quite elated. Celebrations are in full swing, and because of the fact that Congress party was insisting for an expeditious process to reinstate Rahul Gandhi, and now since it has happened, you can expect that Rahul Gandhi could be going to parliament today as well. And in fact, what we are learning from our sources that tomorrow, when no confidence motion would be taken up for discussion in Lok Sabha, you can expect that in all likelihood Rahul Gandhi will be leading the charge against the government.
और जल्द से जल्द उसको लिस्ट किया जाए और तुरंत लिस्ट करके राजस्थान के गंभीर विषय के ऊपर चर्चा शुरू होनी चाहिए।
Honorable members, Honorable members, let the House be in order. The House is adjourned to meet at 2 p.m. today. Retired V.K. Singh.
Getting you all details of proceedings inside House. The Raj Sabha has been adjourned as well. Lok Sabha, remember, adjourned till noon after ruckus are no different.
On behalf of the House and my own, I extend our felicitations.
Okay, pictures in fact from a few moments ago when the Raj Sabha just convened and the Raj Sabha has been adjourned as well is what we know. Lok Sabha adjourned at noon today, and we are getting all of these developments amidst information of Rahul Gandhi now being back as a member of parliament with the Supreme Court, in fact, paving the way for this by staying his conviction by a lower court. Lok Sabha Secretariat issuing a notification this morning saying that Rahul Gandhi is going to be back in parliament and that he can continue as an MP from Wayanad in Kerala. Rahul Gandhi can participate in the no trust war is also what we know. Rahul Gandhi can participate in the no trust war. Gandhi to get a new house as MP. All eyes on Rahul Gandhi's return to parliament. What we also know is that at 11:45, in exactly 30 minutes from now, Gandhi will be seen inside parliament. Rahul Gandhi is going to be back in parliament. As a matter of fact, the houses aren't functioning, but Rahul Gandhi is not, in fact, dealing his entry into parliament. He will be in parliament at 11:45 a.m. when the house convenes at noon. In Lok Sabha, Rahul Gandhi is going to be in the house is what we know, and tomorrow certainly participating in the no trust war, the no confidence motion and the debate on it. Rahul Gandhi will be there. In fact, Rajdeep Sardesai, our consultant editor, had also confirmed that there is a possibility that Rahul Gandhi is going to be one of the first few speakers when it comes to the no confidence motion from the Congress's side, is what Rajdeep had in fact said. Rahul Gandhi, however, as far as today is concerned, will be inside Parliament by 11:45 in about 30 minutes from now. Amit Bhardwaj is getting us more details on that story. Amit, in fact, if you are picking up any information on that front, on Rahul Gandhi, in fact, being one of the first few speakers of the Congress party, or even the first speaker when it comes to the big debate on no confidence motion tomorrow.
Well, Sneha, the big development right now is that we were telling our viewers that Rahul Gandhi could come to the Parliament today, Parliament complex today. That has been confirmed through our sources. Now the exact time has been confirmed as well. So what we are expecting is that the former Congress president and Wayanad MP could come to the Parliament, is coming to the Parliament around 11:45 a.m. That is 30 minutes from now. We will see Rahul Gandhi once again walking inside the Parliament complex. Ever since his disqualification, there was a big question mark hovering over his future as a parliamentarian as far as the Lok Sabha elections are also concerned. But in a turn of few months, what we'll see is that Rahul Gandhi will be stepping inside the Parliament complex at 11:45. That's what we have been told by the Congress sources as well. And those visuals will be a big shot in the arm for the opposition parties as well, the India bloc parties as well. Because remember, the way Rahul Gandhi was disqualified, the way he was asked to vacate his residence as per the laws, and that was a big jolt to the Congress party as well as the India bloc MPs. But today, when Rahul Gandhi will be stepping inside the Parliament complex at 11:45, this particular visual is something that the India bloc parties, the Congress party in particular, would want to exploit as much as possible in the public perception, in building the public perception, in order to build a narrative that look how Rahul Gandhi was in a very unjust manner disqualified from the Parliament. He was moved out of his house, and now after a legal battle, Rahul Gandhi is stepping inside the same Parliament. And what we are also given to understand that tomorrow, when the no confidence motion will be moved, so tomorrow is the day when the big firework in Lok Sabha is expected. No confidence motion, which was moved by Gaurav Gogoi, will be taken up tomorrow. And what we are given to understand that there's a high possibility that Rahul Gandhi could be not only amongst the list of speakers who could speak on the issue, but also amongst the first speakers from the Congress party's list to speak on the issue. So clearly tomorrow is going to be a big day as far as the Lok Sabha proceedings are concerned, because on one side you will have the entire India bloc, despite lesser numbers, coming together, targeting the government over a no confidence motion. You will also have Rahul Gandhi once again on the floor of the House, and we know as to what kind of speech he might make, how aggressive that would be. It could be across different issues, and specifically whether and to what extent he speaks on Manipur. That is also to be noted. So tomorrow is going to be a big day as far as Lok Sabha is concerned. You will have the no confidence motion being moved, and Rahul Gandhi
back to you, Amit, in a few moments from now, right outside Parliament, where Amit is getting us all of those details. Rahul Gautam getting us those pictures of celebration from Das Janpath. Rahul Gautam, give us a sense of what the workers are essentially saying vis-a-vis the kind of showdown that they expect in the next few weeks and days to come, and how is this going to move electorally for Rahul Gandhi, because right now he's an MP from Kerala. He used to be an MP from Amethi in Uttar Pradesh, isn't it?
Absolutely, Sneha. And as I was telling you earlier also, that around 15 minutes back, Rahul Gandhi arrived here back at 10 Janpath, and in all likelihood, I was telling you earlier that he might be going to Parliament, and now it has been confirmed that 11:45 he's heading to Parliament, and you can expect a grand reception for Rahul Gandhi by Congress parliamentarians, as many of them have come along with sweets. I've got some workers here. अपना नाम बताइए, कहाँ से आए हैं?
रणवीर सिंह चावरिया।
अच्छा, क्यों आए हैं आज आप यहाँ पे?
हम आप यहाँ पर आए हैं, जो बीजेपी ने, जो कांग्रेस पार्टी के जो वरिष्ठ नेता हैं, उनके साथ जो शोषण किया है और सरेआम उनके साथ जो गलत व्यवहार किया गया है, उसकी आज खुशी है। जो सर्वोच्च न्यायालय ने जो फैसला दिया है, उस खुशी में कांग्रेस जन जो है यहाँ पर खुशी मनाने के लिए आए हैं, क्योंकि इसमें तानाशाह की हार है और कांग्रेस के वरिष्ठ नेताओं की जीत है।
अच्छा, 11:45 पे कह रहे हैं राहुल गांधी पार्लियामेंट जाएंगे, तो वहाँ पर भी एक बड़ा तैयारी करी है कांग्रेस पार्टी ने?
नहीं, कार्यकर्ता पहुंचने लग रहे हैं वहाँ और जाएंगे और अपनी खुशी मना रहे कांग्रेस के कार्यकर्ता।
आप क्या कहना है? आप कुछ सूरजमल खंडेलवाल, दिल्ली सुल्तानपुरी। आज संविधान खतरे में पड़ा हुआ है, इसलिए राहुल गांधी का जो फैसला होगा वो सर्वोच्च और सर्व माना जाएगा। आज
And all of those development pictures, in fact, from outside Das Janpad where Rahul Gautam is, Amit continues to be from outside Parliament House, and we're getting you every single update by the minute, by the second, really. Rahul Gandhi is going to be inside Parliament at 11:45 for the moment. We know Lok Sabha stands adjourned till noon. Raj Sabha has also been adjourned, but at noon, Lok Sabha is going to convene once again. That continues to be a top focus story right here. It's time for a quick break. News continues in just a bit.
You are watching India Today.
India Today is at ground zero in Torbang, and the situation is so vulnerable. Simultaneously, there is accusation of using sophisticated weapons, but these young boys risking their lives and using these single barrel gun and double barrel gun.
We love our land and our village, that's why we sacrifice our life.
No one could ever imagine that in a state, in the same country, in the same district, we will ever see such situation which has become a battlefield. And I could say this is a war zone in Manipur.
Grounded in journalism, on the ground reporting, only on India Today TV.
UNESCO has recommended Venice to be added under World Heritage in Danger list ahead of its 45th meet that is to be held in September. Climate change and over-tourism are some major issues for which Venice has been recommended under the danger list. Take a look.
The United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization has recommended that one of the most popular and fragile tourist destinations of Italy, Venice, be added to its list of World Heritage in Danger, a designation that is given when a vulnerable heritage site is in need of support. The recommendation to put Venice on the World Heritage in Danger list was made by UNESCO and its advisory body experts ahead of the 45th session of the agency's World Heritage Committee meet, which will be held in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia in September this year. Mass tourism, development projects and climate change are some major reasons behind UNESCO's recommendation to put Venice under the danger list. According to the organization, these issues are causing deterioration and damage to the building structures and to the urban areas, degrading the cultural and social identity of the property and threatening the integrity to its cultural, environmental, landscape attributes and values. UNESCO has asked the Italian government to ensure that utmost attention is given to Venice and its long-standing problems should be addressed that have been causing damage to the city. Over-tourism in Venice has been a serious issue. Venice is one of the places that is currently designated as a World Heritage Site because of its outstanding universal value, cultural and natural offerings. With Neha Kumari, Bureau Report, India Today.
Very few people in the country have access to the Couture Week, and hence through our medium we're going to get you what really happened at the Couture Week. Let's first begin with the opening showcase of Falguni and Shane Peacock. Let's bring you a roundup of the beautiful showcase by Tarun Tailiani and a gorgeous one while added by JJ Valaya as well. Here's a look. Designer Tarun Tahiliani presented his latest masterpiece capsule, For Eternity, at India Couture Week. With For Eternity, Tarun paid homage to the timeless allure of traditional craftsmanship and art.
India's, as we've discussed before, a fashion tradition. This is a new Western interpretation where we are blending our craft with the Western idea of changing fashion and a modern fit and size-specific fit. It's taken me a long time to navigate myself back through a very organic but real process of what makes me feel better, you know. I grew up, I thought Studio 54 was the last one.
Falguni and Shane Peacock's show had a strong social commentary. They shattered the glass ceiling with model Victor in a lehenga. So anyone now calling the lehenga bridal should now think twice, as inclusivity is the order of the day. Falguni and Shane Peacock opened the Couture Week and had Kiara Advani as the showstopper.
This year we wanted to do a lot of layering. If you noticed, we had a kurta and then we had a short jacket and we had a veil and we had dupattas. We just wanted to make it really dramatic and I think
also we wanted to reinvent the Indian bridal scene actually. The modern bride wants to wear a jacket, they want to wear short jackets, they want to look cool.
I guess inspiration that comes behind every garment, a lot of detailing, just makes it look so elegant and yet so glamorous.
The House of Vilaya by J.J. Vilaya celebrate the couture season in its new collection, Baroda. It was a marriage of craft and opulence that unfolded through 3 signature interpretations.
It is based on various very interesting nuances from the past of Gujarat, which involve the Maratha Empire, the Mughal Empire, as well as the Portuguese. Lipan, the Kutch mirror work, everything put together to create a new sort of language and a new dialogue.
In New Delhi, with Riya Modi, Chethi Narula for India Today.
You are watching India Today.
We have more news, in fact, coming in. Congress MP Rajni Patil's suspension has been revoked. Congress MP Rajni Patil is now all set to return to Rajya Sabha. Patil, remember, was suspended for recording proceedings of the House and putting it out. Rajni Patil had posted the recordings on social media. Patil was suspended from the Sansad in the month of February. Aishwarya, in fact, is getting asked more details on that story. Aishwarya, this comes at a time when the government... in fact, when the opposition rather requires the numbers, isn't it, as far as voting on the Delhi Services Bill is also concerned, certainly a shot in the arm because the opposition really could do with the numbers.
Well, definitely they could do with the numbers, but the numbers game, Sneha, actually plays a big role in the Lok Sabha, and that's where the Bharatiya Janata Party with 303 obviously has the upper hand. But, we are seeing that a lot of MPs are now coming back, starting with Rahul Gandhi, and now one more suspension has been revoked. So the government very clearly giving a signal that we want all the MPs, be it from our camp or be it from the other camp, all of them to be present. The crucial days now, Sneha, will be tomorrow, day after tomorrow, and on 10th when the Prime Minister will be speaking. So both the parties, from what we understand, will be giving out whips, which means that the MPs of all the parties will have to be present. Today, we will see a fierce debate in the Rajya Sabha with regards to the Delhi NCT bill. The Aam Aadmi Party also has issued a whip asking all the, MPs from the party to be present. So once that proceedings begin, then we will see fireworks. Amit Shah, the Home Minister, when he presented the bill, spoke about it and said that Delhi was never meant to be a full state. So those are, those are the kind of arguments that we could see today. One more revocation which came today, obviously, as you said, is a shot in the arm for the opposition.
Well, absolutely. In fact, Aishwarya getting us all of those details as far as the suspension of Rajni Patil is concerned. She's going to be back in Parliament. She was suspended from the Sansad in the month of February. Rahul Gandhi is returning to Sansad after being suspended for 4.5 months. The Lok Sabha Secretariat has cleared Gandhi's return as MP 3 days after the Supreme Court stayed his conviction. A notification from the Lok Sabha Secretariat read that his disqualification as MP stood revoked, with the Congress hailing it as a moral victory. With his return to Lok Sabha, stage is set for Gandhi's participation in the no trust motion debate against the Prime Minister against this current government. Celebrations have erupted outside the Congress headquarters. Moments after his membership was reinstated, Congress cadre rejoiced with dole, dance and firecrackers for Rahul Gandhi. He was disqualified on the 23rd day of March after Gujarat court convicted him in a defamation case over his Modi surname remarks and sentenced him to 2 years in jail.
It's a welcome decision by Honorable Speaker. They had implemented the Supreme Court order, and we all were hearing conspiracies by the government to stop Mr. Rahul Gandhi ji, but Honorable Speaker has overruled that thing and he has prevailed on the justice. We welcome and thank the Honorable Speaker for the decision.
उनको जिस साजिश के तहत भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने एक सिंह गर्जना को रोकने की कोशिश की थी, राहुल गांधी इज बैक, और फिर उनकी सिंह गर्जना चालू रहेगी। लेकिन मेरी समझ में एक चीज नहीं आती, ये भाजपा क्यों अपने खिलाफ उठने वाली आवाज को बंद करने की कोशिश कर रही थी। आज ये इंडिया की जीत है, राहुल गांधी की जीत है, मोदी सरकार की पराजय है।
We are happy that Honorable Rahul Gandhi ji is back in Parliament, and we still believe that democracy exists in this country, even though the Surat court verdict was not in a proper manner, which was even also stated by the Honorable Supreme Court of India. It is very clear that even a common man can now depend upon the judicial system of India.
बिल्कुल प्रोसीजर होता है कि जिस तरीके से उनकी सदस्यता रद्द हुई थी कन्विक्शन होने पर, और उनका और स्टे आया है सुप्रीम कोर्ट का, इतना उनको समय लगा उनको रीइंस्टेट करने के लिए। उस पर ही सवाल उठ खड़ा होता है कि किस तरीके की हिपोक्रेसी है कि आप सदस्यता रद्द तो कर देते हैं, बहाल करने के लिए आपकी इतनी रिक्वेस्ट करनी पड़ती है। साथ ही साथ अभी भारतीय जनता पार्टी के एक MP का कन्विक्शन हुआ है, क्या उनकी सदस्यता रद्द हो गई है, क्या उनसे घर खींच लिया गया है। तो ये सारी चीजें हैं, अभी हिपोक्रेसी दर्शाता है, बट वी वेलकम हिम बैक। होपफुली वो अपनी आवाज फिर से बुलंद करेंगे।
माननीय सुप्रीम कोर्ट को बधाई, जिसकी वजह से पूरे देश की जनता का लोकतंत्र पर भरोसा बढ़ा है, न्यायालय पर भरोसा बढ़ा है, और हमें उम्मीद है कि जिस तरीके से भारतीय जनता पार्टी का जिस तरीके से काम करने का तरीका है कि लोगों की सदस्यता ले ले, हमें उम्मीद है औरों की भी सदस्यता वापस होगी।
हम राहुल गांधी जी को कांग्रेचुलेट करते हैं और स्पीकर साहब का भी धन्यवाद करते हैं कि उन्होंने कोई विलंब नहीं किया और राहुल गांधी जी की सदस्यता को रिस्टोर किया है। थैंक यू।
कांग्रेस पार्टी सब ने अपने आप का एक मूर्खता प्रदर्शन करते हैं, जहाँ तक मैं बोलना चाहता हूँ। ये तो क्या है, उस कल वो फ्राइडे आ गया है और सैटरडे संडे शायद नहीं होगा। वो स्पीकर आज निर्णय किया है, और क्या है, आज तो जो फ्राइडे होने के बाद आज तो रिस्टोर हो गए ना। कम से कम जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल इंस्टीट्यूशन के बीच में जब चलता है विषय, थोड़ा संयम तो रखना पड़ेगा। तो ऐसे तो बाकी MPs को भी हुआ है, तो इसलिए जो कानूनी प्रक्रिया है, संवैधानिक प्रक्रिया है, वो प्रक्रिया हमने बिना डिले किया है।
India Today's consulting editor Rajdeep Sardesai is now joining us live on that big story that we are tracking. Rajdeep, I want to begin by asking you, do you think tomorrow, and if you do have a confirmation on that, whether Rahul Gandhi indeed is going to be leading the charge, the first speaker or among the first few speakers from the opposition and Congress camp?
Well, what we are told is that Rahul Gandhi will certainly speak in the no confidence motion. Whether he leads the debate or speaks at the end is uncertain. But what is very clear is that he intends to now participate in the no confidence motion. It would seem rather obvious that he would do that, given the fact that he is the one who has been driving the charge against the Modi government in recent years. And the Congress has often claimed that Rahul Gandhi has not been given a platform to speak out in Parliament. You will recall, Sneha, the last time Rahul Gandhi spoke in Parliament was on the motion of thanks to the President's address in February. And on that occasion, that speech had incurred considerable controversy because of Rahul Gandhi's attack on Prime Minister Modi and connecting the Prime Minister to industrialist Gautam Adani. Large parts of that speech were expunged, which led to a controversy. And then 1 month later, he was disqualified after being convicted in a criminal defamation case. So for Rahul Gandhi, the no confidence motion, Sneha, will provide the ideal platform in a way to make his voice heard. And since the Congress has often claimed that Rahul Gandhi is now a newly minted Rahul Gandhi post Bharat Jodo Yatra, ready to take on the government on various issues, we'll have to wait and see how well prepared he is. If you go back in time, in 2018, during the no confidence motion, Rahul Gandhi's hug and wink of the Prime Minister was seen to have cost the Congress some of the seriousness of its Rafale charge against the then Modi government. That was also a monsoon session ahead of a general election here. And it was overtaken by the optics of Rahul Gandhi's hug and wink. So clearly Rahul Gandhi has an opportunity. How well will he be prepared for it is the big question. And whether he leads the debate or participates at a later stage is unclear. But he will certainly speak, we are told, in the Lok Sabha.
You know, Rajdeep, the optics of this look good. Celebrations at AICC headquarters, thus Janpath. Rahul Gandhi is going to be back inside house literally in the next 7 minutes is what we picked up. But what I want to ask you is this. This also puts before the Congress the dilemma on whether they actually want to position Mr. Gandhi versus Prime Minister Narendra Modi in the run-up to elections next year. Isn't that going to be a bit of a gamble once again?
That is the critical question. How far do you make this a leadership contest, if at all, between Prime Minister Modi and Rahul Gandhi? As we've seen in 2014 and 2019, the Prime Minister has very effectively played the Namdar versus Kamdar binary and thereby pushed Rahul Gandhi and the Congress into a corner. Since then, of course, the Congress is at best now a first among equals within this new India alliance that they've forged. And whatever we've been told by India alliance leaders, they've always told us that they will not project anyone as Prime Minister candidate in the 2024 elections. So given that situation, they will have to tread a very fine line. Yes, you want to allow Rahul Gandhi to speak out and be seen as the face or mascot of the Congress party. But within the larger India alliance, do you really want to position him as your as the rival to Prime Minister Modi? Huge question mark. We are already being told of the possibility that when this India alliance meets later this month in Mumbai, Nitish Kumar could well be made the convener and Sonia Gandhi possibly once again chairperson. So I think the Congress is a section at least is very conscious of not making this a Rahul Gandhi versus Modi fight. But, Team Rahul may well go all out once again to project Mr. Gandhi, and the media certainly will do so. So the Congress will have to take a calculated gamble if they want to make this Rahul Gandhi versus Modi once again. My sense is they will try, if to whatever extent possible, to try and suggest that Rahul Gandhi, yes, is a mascot of our alliance or the anti-Modi, anti-BJP alliance, but he is not necessarily our prime ministerial candidate. That issue will not be decided before the Lok Sabha elections of 2024.
Yes, Rajdeep, also a section of the Congress leaders were in fact fearful, or rather almost getting prepared for this favourable decision not coming Rahul Gandhi's way, in the sense that they thought perhaps 2024 Rahul Gandhi may not even get an opportunity to contest. Now that he will, the big question mark is whether Mr. Gandhi is going to be willing to take on Smriti Irani from Amethi, which has always been a Gandhi bastion.
Well, that's, if that question is looking too far into the distance and we're not sure about that. There's even one view within the Congress that Rahul Gandhi should voluntarily say that I'm not in the prime ministerial race. I doubt whether that will happen, but that's one view being expressed, at least privately, among some of the India alliance partners. They think that Rahul Gandhi is a good campaigner, but Rahul Gandhi need not necessarily be projected as prime ministerial candidate. Where he contests from? Well, only last week he was in Wayanad. and the sense you get is that that is seen by the Congress as a safe constituency. Will he also contest Amethi? Will his sister Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, as some are suggesting, possibly contest Rai Bareli, another family pocket borough? These are all questions blowing in the wind. The fear that the Congress must have is that the moment you do that, the dynasty charge will return. Mr. Modi will play Kamdar versus Namdar politics, and the Congress could be pushed on the back foot. So the Congress is going to have to nuance its position on these issues. Smriti Irani versus Rahul Gandhi in Amethi, not certain as yet whether that will happen.
Rajdeep, my last question to you is about what the BJP essentially does next. The reaction first from the BJP when Rahul Gandhi's conviction was stayed by the Supreme Court on the 4th of August was that this isn't going to be the end of his troubles. So the BJP said there are several cases pending against Mr. Rahul Gandhi. So I don't think and correct me if I'm wrong, that there was a possibility that this sort of a euphoria that we're seeing might just be short-lived.
Well, I think that for the BJP, there are two views again. One view is that, let's make this once again Modi versus Rahul Gandhi. If the Congress wants to pitch Rahul Gandhi, that's only to our advantage. The BJP has a fixed narrative when it comes to Rahul Gandhi by calling him basically a dynast, a Namdar, and they will continue to push that. So a section within the BJP believes that Rahul Gandhi returning to parliament is actually a blessing in disguise because they can then position the battle as Modi versus Rahul. However, there is another view that is slowly emerging that Rahul Gandhi in 2023-24 may not be the Rahul Gandhi of 2018-19 because this time some of the issues that he's taken up are issues that, whether one likes it or not, have struck a chord. And the BJP is conscious of the fact that the Congress, like it or not again, remains its principal adversary in several parts of the country. So while they may rejoice temporarily in the fact that they think that they can repeat a Modi versus Rahul fight to their advantage, they're also aware that this wider India alliance with Rahul Gandhi part of it could pose a slightly more complicated challenge in 2024 compared to 2019.
Rajdeep, be with us. In fact, I'm just going to come back to you in a few moments from now. Several reactions that have been pouring in after the notification of the Lok Sabha Secretariat came through. Let's go straight to that.
हमको इजाजत है अंदर जाने की
तो यहाँ पे देखिए विक्ट्री साइड जो दिखाते हुए तमाम सांसद खड़े हुए हैं और कांग्रेस के सांसद खड़े हुए हैं, बीजेपी के राव इंद्रजीत सिंह बीते जा रहे हैं। आज बड़ा दिन आप लोग के लिए,
हमारे लिए नहीं, देश के लोकतंत्र के। जब एक सत्ता के अहंकार में चूक सरकार ने अपने एक एमएलए से एक फर्जी गैर संवैधानिक स्कीम करके किया है, तो निश्चित रूप से आज देश के संविधान की लोकतंत्र के लिए बड़ी
लोकतंत्र की जीत है आज।
बिल्कुल लोकतंत्र की जीत है और हम सब राहुल जी का इंतजार कर रहे हैं। लड्डू मन में लड्डू फूट रहा है ना, तो खाने से ज्यादा तो अंदर से खुशी है ना। और राहुल जी का इंतजार देश की संसद कर रही है, लोग कर रहे हैं यहाँ पर। वो आए बोले, देश उन्हें सुनना चाहता है।
राहुल गांधी के आने से विपक्ष को भी ताकत मिलेगी।
हाँ बिल्कुल मिलेगी, हम सब एक हैं। संपूर्ण विपक्ष आज बहुत खुश है कि लोकतंत्र की जीत हुई है और हम और मजबूत हुए।
और ये वो वक्त है, देखिए जेबी मेहता साहब भी मैडम भी आ गई है और ये वो वक्त है जब
वो आए बोले, देश उन्हें सुनना चाहता है।
राहुल गांधी के आने से विपक्ष को भी ताकत मिलेगी।
हाँ बिल्कुल मिलेगी, हम सब एक हैं। संपूर्ण विपक्ष आज बहुत खुश है कि लोकतंत्र की जीत हुई है और हम और मजबूत हुए।
और ये वो वक्त है, देखिए जेबी मेहता साहब भी मैडम भी आ गई है और ये वो वक्त है जब लगातार अग्नि परीक्षा लोअर हाउस और अपर हाउस में दोनों जगह है आप लोग की। राहुल गांधी का कमबैक।
Yes, we are waiting for the moment. अब नोटिफिकेशन भी आया है, it's only a matter of few minutes.
आएंगे राहुल गांधी?
Of course.
मैडम देवी जी
बिल्कुल आएंगे, क्यों नहीं?
वो मुस्कुरा रही हैं आज तो।
बिल्कुल मुस्कुराहट, खुशी का माहौल है तो क्यों नहीं मुस्कुराएंगे।
ठीक है, शुक्रिया हमसे बात करने के लिए। यहाँ पे कांग्रेस के तमाम सांसद काफी गदगद नजर आ रहे हैं क्योंकि उनको लगता है कि राहुल गांधी की एंट्री किसी भी वक्त हो सकती है।
और इनको कंग्रेचुलेट करते हैं और स्पीकर साहब का भी धन्यवाद करते हैं कि उन्होंने कोई विलंब नहीं किया और राहुल गांधी जी की सदस्यता को
रिस्टोर किया है। थैंक यू। तो डिम्पल यादव भी यहाँ पे कहते हुए कि राहुल गांधी की सदस्यता रिस्टोर हुई, इसके लिए स्पीकर साहब का हम धन्यवाद करते हैं। मौसमी सिंह, दिल्ली आज तक।
Right, so he's in fact heard from Mosmi, who is standing right outside gate number 4, inside, in fact, right at Parliament, from where Rahul Gandhi is expected to enter. That's his usual place for members of Lok Sabha. That's where they usually enter the Parliament building from, and that's where Mosmi is getting in reactions from a very, in fact, members of the Parliament of the Congress were extremely happy. But these pictures, in fact, are also of opposition members who've come together in joining in the celebrations of Rahul Gandhi getting back to Parliament as an MP. Aishwarya, in fact, is with us. Aishwarya, we are expecting Rahul Gandhi to be back in Parliament any moment. 11:45 is what we were told. So I think just before Lok Sabha convenes at noon, he is going to be there, isn't it?
Well, definitely, you know, big thing. Today is a big day for the Congress party, and that is exactly what they were even hoping for, Sneha. You know, when we spoke with those people who are close with Rahul Gandhi, they said that they had full faith in the Supreme Court, and that was the reason why they were quiet and they were just taking the legal route. The moment the Supreme Court pronounced the verdict, then they went to the Speaker of the Lok Sabha, that is Om Birla, and spoke with him and told him that Rahul Gandhi now needs to come back as an MP. It needs to be restored. His status needs to be restored, and even the Speaker did not delay it, and we did see the notification coming out early morning about 10 a.m. today, where Rahul Gandhi has been reinstated as an MP. We will now have to wait and watch what exactly Rahul Gandhi does when he enters the Lok Sabha. Will he be the one who will, start off and ask questions of the government? Because that is what we saw in the last time in Feb, that it was Rahul Gandhi who was the driving force. Will that be something that we will see in couple of hours or in days to come is the big question now. But for the Congress party, today is a milestone, definitely. Even for the BJP, they will also keep a hawk eye on what exactly the strategy of the opposition and the Congress party will be going forward now once Rahul Gandhi is back in the Lok Sabha. Sneha.
So what is going to be the strategy? It remains to be seen, but certainly expect Rahul Gandhi to be in Parliament today. As far as his presence in the House is concerned, given that he's just been reinstated as an MP from Wayanad in Kerala. Pictures, in fact, are right now coming in of Rahul Gandhi. These are pictures, in fact, of Rahul Gandhi. In fact, we'll be getting in more details in a few moments from now, but presumably this is Rahul Gandhi's, in the car in which we see has Rahul Gandhi in it, and they're moving to Parliament, given that he's expected to be in the House just before Lok Sabha convenes at noon, in just about 11 minutes from now or so. So we will have those first pictures on India Today of Rahul Gandhi entering Parliament once again. He's been in fact was suspended, or rather he was disqualified as an MP 4.5 months ago. A reaction also coming in from Congress MP Manikam Tagore. Let's listen in.
अभी पाप और मुक्त
Justice has prevailed and conspiracies has been defeated. We are very happy that Rahul Gandhi's return in Lok Sabha and Parliament will give a lot of energy for the opposition and the India Alliance particularly.
Right before the no confidence motion is going to come in the Lok Sabha.
Yeah, this is going to be a very important thing for Congress and the India Alliance, because no confidence motion which the opposition alliance has moved it on the subject of Manipur. The Prime Minister is not ready to come to the Parliament. The whole session we are fighting for only one demand, that Prime Minister must come to Parliament. Still that has not happened, but we will continue with our demand today also about Prime Minister should come, and we hope that Rahul ji should participate in the no confidence motion debate, and party will decide about his speech in the Parliament.
So there you are, Congress MPs in an upbeat mood with Rahul Gandhi being reinstated. Mosmi Singh, Delhi for India Today.
Continues, in fact, to be with us on the very latest. We've seen pictures, Aishwarya, of Rahul Gandhi leave Das Janpat, where he was, in fact, staying with Mother Sonia Gandhi, all set to enter Parliament in a few moments from now.
Well, Sneha, you've made a very interesting point. The house from where Rahul Gandhi left, that is 10 Janpad, the house of Sonia Gandhi. Now, will he get a house? Now, that also is a big question which will be answered in days to come, because now he is an MP. So, one of the first things that was being done when he was no longer an MP was that he was asked to vacate the house where he was staying for almost the past 1 decade. So, that's also a question that the government will now have to answer. Rahul Gandhi himself will now have to see, the place where he will be staying. So, those are the things which we will see unfold over the last couple of days. But at the moment, all the eyes, in fact, all the top Congress leaders, some people from the Samajwadi Party also already present at gate number 1 to welcome Rahul Gandhi back. This, in fact, is also a big boost for the opposition. But, we have seen how over the last 2 meetings that took place, where the opposition coalition renamed themselves as India. What will be the strategy going forward? Will it be a debate between Rahul Gandhi and Prime Minister Narendra Modi? That's something that now everyone will be very keenly watching. And the questions that Rahul Gandhi will now be asking of the government of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Will Manipur once again be the big question? Those are the things which everyone will now, will be looking at very keenly. In just a couple of minutes from now, Sneha, we will see Rahul Gandhi walking, from gate number 1 and going towards the Lok Sabha. 12 o'clock is when, the Lok Sabha session will once again begin. All those eyes will now be on the way the Congress party takes this forward. The top leaders of the Congress party. We also saw how Adhiranjan Chaudhary, in fact, made sure that...
Yes, coming back to you in a few moments from now, Aishwarya. In fact, I'm going to go straight to Rahul Gautam at Das Janpat, who sent us those pictures of Rahul Gandhi, who's just left Das Janpat, Rahul, and is on his way to Parliament.
Absolutely, Sneha. Rahul Gandhi is now heading to Parliament, and at gate number 1, we are learning that the entire, camp of Congress MPs are going to be there to give a grand welcome to Rahul Gandhi, who's returning after...
Yes, and Rahul Gandhi has indeed reached Parliament. We have a confirmation, Rahul Gandhi, pictures of Rahul Gandhi right now entering the Parliament building. As you can see in these pictures, Rahul Gandhi, in fact, has entered Parliament. These pictures are in fact from Delhi's Vijay Chowk, from where the MPs in fact enter the Parliament building. That's where Rahul Gandhi is entering the Parliament building from. He is going to be attending the proceedings, if at all the House functions, and that is something that remains to be seen, given that houses have not been functioning. The demand of the opposition remains that the Prime Minister make a statement on Manipur. Lok Sabha was adjourned till noon today, and these are pictures, in fact, of Rahul Gandhi leaving 10 Janpat and entering Parliament. Just a few minutes, in fact, away in Lutyens, Delhi. Rahul Gandhi is back as an MP from Wayanad and is now entering Parliament. We'll be getting in more details from our reporters who are inside Parliament, tracking all of those details. Remains to be seen what does he do in his on his first day, really, as MP after being reinstated. Gandhi has reached Parliament, and this is, in fact, these are pictures of his convoy, in fact, which has entered Parliament House right now. Gandhi is back as a member of Parliament from Wayanad in Kerala, and is going to be taking part in the no-confidence debate tomorrow against the BJP government, against Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Rahul Gandhi is, in fact, inside Parliament right now as we speak. Lok Sabha is going to be convening in just about 6 odd minutes from now, where proceedings are going to be beginning, in fact, in Lok Sabha, which was earlier adjourned after there was a ruckus, as always, that was seen inside the lower house. Rahul Gandhi is now in Parliament, and it remains to be seen how he takes on the government and the BJP-led central government and the Prime Minister in the next few days remaining that we have of this monsoon session. Of course, the debate on the no-confidence motion tomorrow itself. Pictures, in fact, from gate number 4. What we see is members of Parliament there, Adhiranjan Chaudhary, Pramod Tiwari and others who are all ready to welcome. Not just that, interesting that we see Shiv Sena, Sanjay Rao as well. So we have other opposition MPs also. Interestingly, waiting for Mr. Rahul Gandhi. All right, so pictures of the opposition, not just the Congress, at gate number 4, you in fact saw several leaders of the opposition who are ready to welcome Rahul Gandhi inside Parliament. They've united on this issue as well. So it's a grand welcome really for Mr. Rahul Gandhi just at the gate number 4 of Parliament, where there are in fact opposition leaders. Rahul Gandhi in fact right now, as you can see on your screens, are paying respects to the father of the nation. That's the massive Gandhi statue at Parliament. Rahul Gandhi first paid respects to the father of the nation. Hugely symbolic and perhaps even expected. He's not been in Parliament for 4.5 months now, and he's back as an MP today. He chose first to pay his respects to the father of the nation, as you saw in those pictures, and then all set now to enter the building. Pictures of Rahul Gandhi. First he's entered a Parliament complex, and then in fact he paid respects to the father of the nation. Now he's going to be moving inside Parliament through gate number 4, where opposition MPs, all of the members of the opposition MPs, the India bloc, are waiting in fact to welcome. Essentially Gandhi gets a grand welcome inside Parliament, with the India bloc also in fact rallying around this point. They were the first in fact to speak about his disqualification and how unfair that was when he was reinstated. In fact, when the Supreme Court of India on the 4th of August stayed his conviction and his disqualification, opposition MPs also again spoke about the fact that they welcome this decision.
We're bringing to you fresh visuals of Rahul Gandhi as he just arrived inside the Parliament after almost a 135-day hiatus. Rahul Gandhi now back in action. Of course, this was a long-drawn legal battle, a big relief that's come in from the Supreme Court that stayed the conviction in the criminal defamation case on the Modi surname. The controversy went on for nearly 2.5 months, about 135 days after Rahul Gandhi now back in the Parliament. These are first images of Rahul Gandhi giving the Congress party a good impetus right ahead of the no trust, no confidence motion that will be playing out in the House tomorrow. Today is a big day undoubtedly, as the Delhi Services Bill will be presented in the Rajya Sabha. Rahul Gandhi giving Congress itself as a party a big boost as he arrives, and those are the first images that we flashed to you right here on India Today at the Parliament premises. This is Rahul Gandhi all back in the Parliament with huge celebrations that broke out among the Congress cadre. Across the country we saw celebrations galore. Of course the opposition, the Congress, claiming that all the attempts by the BJP to suppress Rahul Gandhi, now the Supreme Court has given us justice. He will not be, they will not be able to stop him from speaking the truth, etc. We heard all sorts of narratives playing out, with the Congress accusing the BJP of deliberately trying to hold him back from entering the Parliament. And now they claim they've got justice.
जो है न्यूज क्लिक जैसी संस्था को मिला है, और न्यूज क्लिक संस्था को जो न्यूयॉर्क टाइम्स ने लिखा है, वो लिखा ये है कि भारत में ईडी ने जो रेड किया है, आइस के बारे में लगातार बोलते हैं सर, ईडी की रेड में जो खुलासा हुआ है उसका पूरा खुलासा किया है। और वो जो न्यूज क्लिक है सर, वो देशद्रोही गैंग, टुकड़े गैंग जो भारत को खंडित करना चाहते हैं, वो न्यूज क्लिक उस संस्था का जो है हेड कर रहा है, पुरकायस्त उसका मालिक है। उसके सारे पैसे में कहां से मिले, कैसे नक्सलाइट को दिए गए, कैसे माओवादियों को दिए गए, कैसे शर्मा को, रोहिणी सिंह को या मान लीजिए स्वाति चतुर्वेदी जैसे लोगों को केवल भारत के खिलाफ एक माहौल बनाने के लिए चाइनीज पैसा दे रहे हैं। उसके बारे में सर, दूसरा मैं इस सरकार से मांग करता हूं सर कि जब भी भारत में संकट आया
हेलो चेक आ जाओ बाइक लगा रहे हैं यार लोग। हेलो चेक
Rahul Gandhi is now inside the parliament. He's now attending the first day, starting this week. Almost 10 days of the monsoon session has already completed. Not much has really come out of it. With Rahul Gandhi now in the house, will there be fruitful discussions? Is the question here. Rahul Gandhi on the right-hand side, we bring you visuals of Rahul entering the parliament. On the left, he's seated inside as the parliament proceedings continue.
राहुल गांधी की गाड़ी आ रही है, इंडिया टीम के तमाम मेंबर्स हैं। राहुल गांधी सदस्यता बहाल हो गई है, दौड़ लगी है तमाम सांसदों द्वारा और इंडिया पार्टी तब से राहुल गांधी के स्वागत में यहाँ पे इंतजार कर रही थी। राहुल गांधी सीधे उतर के संजय सिंह जो सांसद है उनसे शायद मिलने के लिए जाए और ये राहुल गांधी की संसद में पहली झलक राहुल जी आप देख रहे हैं। आज तक की कार्यवाही 2 बजे तक के लिए स्थगित की जाती है।
A chaos inside the house. The house is now adjourned until noon. Of course, Rahul Gandhi has now reached the parliament premises. Hours after the Lok Sabha Secretariat gave him a clearance after they received the Supreme Court's order that stayed his conviction in a criminal defamation case. Rahul Gandhi now has been given a go-ahead. Meanwhile, the House has been adjourned. It should resume at 2 p.m. Those are the first images of Rahul Gandhi arriving at the parliament premises. Of course, a huge celebration among the Congress cadres across the length and breadth of the country. You're seeing Congress offices in exuberant celebrations. Rahul Gandhi about 135 days later and a long, prolonged legal fight after he's now back in the parliament. Amit Bharadwaj brings us more. Amit, give us a sense of the celebration that we see inside the parliament. And do we see this kind of happiness just on the faces of Congress members, or is it a common sentiment among the alliance partners, the India alliance?
Well, Nabila, a couple of minutes back when we were speaking about the celebrations at the AICC, I had said that these visuals will not remain limited to the AICC headquarters in the national capital, but will spill over to the parliament as well, which is not far from the 24 Akbar Road. And inside the parliament right now, as we speak, what we had seen is that Rahul Gandhi entering the parliament complex, he being welcomed by the Congress MPs. After that, Rahul Gandhi went to the Gandhi statue with Congress MPs, and while he was walking, there was a grand welcome of sorts as much as possible inside the parliament complex by the Congress MPs. And there are other visuals as well where you have many of the India Bloc Party MPs as well, whether it be the Congress's MPs, the Aam Aadmi Party, Trinamool Congress, all of the India Bloc Parties MPs standing together, most of them from Rajya Sabha standing together and sloganeering
to welcome Rahul Gandhi. So these are visuals that we normally do not see inside the parliament, where a leader from a specific party is being welcomed in this manner and sort by other opposition parties as well. But this is happening because, remember the way the way and manner in which Rahul Gandhi was immediately disqualified from the Lok Sabha as a member of parliament right after he was convicted in the Surat defamation case, and after, barely within 72 hours the eviction notice as well from for his house had come. So the opposition parties also want to make sure, rather the India bloc parties want to make sure that this moment when Rahul Gandhi is returning to the parliament complex, the narrative is set right, the optics are set right, and the message comes across as if a great injustice was handed over to Rahul Gandhi and the opposition parties. In the way and manner Rahul Gandhi was disqualified, he was evicted from his house, and now the Supreme Court has given him a sug of relief, and opposition parties, Congress party, India bloc parties are making sure that the message goes across to people that look, Rahul Gandhi is back in the parliament and he is there going to join the proceedings. All attempts were made by the Bharatiya Janata Party to make sure that Rahul Gandhi stays away from the parliament. But after the judgment from the Supreme Court, Rahul Gandhi is back in the parliament. So this is the message that the India bloc parties want to give, and in particular Congress party, and that is why all these preparations were being done. We had seen earlier in the day as to how sweets were distributed inside Mallikarjun Kharge's office right after the Lok Sabha notifications, the Lok Sabha Secretariat notification reinstating Rahul Gandhi as member of parliament had come. You had elated Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary offering sweets to Mallikarjun Kharge. Many of the Congress MPs literally holding bags of sweets inside the parliament complex. And now, the moment Rahul Gandhi had entered the parliament complex, there was a celebration of sorts, not only from the Congress party MPs, but also by other MPs from the India bloc party. So clearly, opposition parties banding together to send across a message that, look, injustice was done, and that has been reversed, and Rahul Gandhi is here back in the parliament. And very interesting developments would unfold tomorrow, Nabila. Remember, the no confidence motion that you were referring to is to happen tomorrow, and Rahul Gandhi is expected to speak during the no confidence motion. That is what we are learning from our sources. And if he speaks, we have to be prepared for a massive firework on the floor of the House and in Lok Sabha as well, where you could, all you could expect is Rahul Gandhi once again tuning guns at the Bharatiya Janata Party, at the central government.
Well, there's also a lot of the BJP is often taking jibes at Rahul Gandhi that he's barely present in the parliament. But now with his reinstatement as an MP, do you think this time around could be slightly different? Have you had a word on that with the Congress netas? Is Rahul Gandhi going to be a lot more regular? Are we going to hear fiery speeches from him in the parliament this time?
The strategy, or at least the timing, falls correct as far as the Congress party and the opposition bloc is concerned. You know what more the opposition parties could have asked for, or the Congress in particular could have asked for. On one side, you have the Delhi Services Bill being brought in the Parliament, in the upper house of the Parliament today, and on that very day, Rahul Gandhi was reinstated, and tomorrow there's going to be a no confidence motion being moved, which has been moved by Gaurav Gogoi of the Congress party itself, and in that moment, you would want your most popular leader to be in the floor of the House and to make that speech. But the question about his regularity, whether he'll be participating in the more of the proceedings or not, is something that the Congress party will have to respond now. But be sure that the last 4 days of this monsoon session, the Congress party and Rahul Gandhi would want to exploit as much as possible to send across a public message, because remember, he has been away from the proceedings because of the disqualification. Now you have the most popular leader of the Congress party, Rahul Gandhi, coming back in the House. He will be speaking as member of the Parliament. So the Congress party, Rahul Gandhi himself, as well as the India bloc parties, would want to get maximum out of that opportunity. Remember, after the monsoon session, the House will be reconvened normally in the winter session. So there's a long gap between that, and then you will also have the elections in several of the state assemblies, including the Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh. So what we would expect around that time is that possibly Rahul Gandhi will be busy with the election campaigning, as would be the other leaders from the Congress party and even from the Bharatiya Janata Party for that matter. But rightly so, that question that you asked, whether he'll be regular in the proceedings or not, that is to be seen. But as far as the monsoon session is concerned, there are hardly 4 to 5 days that is left, because the House is expected to go sine-die on 11th of this month, and there's a possibility that after Prime Minister's speech is expected on the 10th of this month. So there are hardly 4 to 5 days left in the monsoon session. But
absolutely, there's barely been fruitful proceedings in the Parliament. We've just more often than not seen sloganeering, chaos with the opposition alliance partners there sticking to their stance on discussing Manipur with the Prime Minister being in the House. But that hasn't happened. On the contrary, you have the BJP insisting that MPs must discuss, opposition must discuss the atrocities against women in Rajasthan, which is a Congress-ruled state. So this logjam has continued. Nothing fruitful has come in both houses of the Parliament. Rahul Gandhi, like you said, is likely to speak tomorrow. Any word that we have on what exactly he's going to be raising in his first speech after being back?
Well, Nabila, the no confidence motion that was moved by the India bloc MPs, and rather in particular Gaurav Gogoi of the Congress party, was done because the India bloc parties wanted Prime Minister Narendra Modi to come to the floor of the House and speak on issue of Manipur. The way our northeastern state is in complete turmoil since May. And because the opposition parties failed to get Prime Ministers to speak on the floor of the House, the strategy that was employed in both houses, whether it be the Lok Sabha or the Rajya Sabha, in Lok Sabha you had a different strategy, in Rajya Sabha you had a different strategy. So the best strategy that could have been employed by the opposition bloc was that to move a no confidence motion, which would mean that the government will have to come to the floor of the House, and there was a high possibility of the Prime Minister speaking on after the no confidence motion, and that is what was aimed at, has been achieved by the opposition parties in terms of House proceedings. On 8th and 9th, you will have discussion on no confidence motion. On 10th, Prime Minister is expected to speak after the no confidence motion, after the voting process is over. In that manner, the speech that we are talking about, or the address that we are talking about, the opposition parties, the Congress MPs, and if at all Rahul Gandhi speaks tomorrow, office, there's a high likelihood. Speech could be focused majorly on Manipur and other policy matters through which Mr. Gandhi could target the government over its policy issues. So that is pretty clear. Manipur is going to remain the top focus for the India bloc parties, for the Congress party, and possibly also for Rahul Gandhi tomorrow. Back to you.
That said, as we see the kind of celebration for Rahul Gandhi in the Parliament, it's also a very important day for the Aam Aadmi Party, as the Delhi Services Bill is going to be introduced in the Rajya Sabha. Rajya Sabha has been adjourned until 2 p.m. Once it resumes, it's going to be a real litmus test to see if at all the India alliance, the opposition alliance partners, are truly on one page or not, because that's only the place where they could defeat the BJP in numbers.
Right, Nabila, that is the litmus test that India bloc MPs or India bloc parties are facing right now. We know that numbers are at odds. 121 is the number that the NDA plus YSRCP and BJD looks like right now. And the opposition bloc is expected to have 104, 105 votes in its favor, with India bloc MPs on one side and the BRS also coming in support of the Aam Aadmi Party. We know for a matter of fact that several parties, including the Congress Party, the Aam Aadmi Party, the BRS, JDU, in fact, all of these parties have already issued 3-line whip to ensure that all its members are on the floor of the House. In a very interesting turn of events for that matter, the JDU's whip also applies on the deputy leader of the upper house, Mr. Harivansh, because he's after all MP from the Janata Dal United. A whip has been issued all the India bloc parties would want that attendance is 100%. In a very interesting development today, Nabila, what we are also expecting is leaders such as stalwarts such as Shibu Soren, who is former Chief Minister of Jharkhand and President of Jharkhand Mukti Morcha. He could come to the house as well for the proceedings, despite the fact that he hasn't been keeping well. And similar messages or expectations have been kept for former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh as well. So there's a possibility that Mr. Manmohan Singh could come to the House proceedings during the Delhi services bill. At least that's what is the expectation of the Aam Aadmi Party as well. So there's a lot of optics at play as well.
As we speak, we know that there's been chaos within the parliament. And Amit, do stay with us. We have some big news coming in with the BJP now accusing the Congress party of having some links with China when it comes to funding to Rajiv Gandhi Trust. A big allegation surfacing. BJP now accusing the Congress party in the parliament, accusing the Congress itself to have links with China, raking up the Chinese funds issue for Rajiv Gandhi Trust. After New York Times exposed China propaganda funding, BJP now says probe the Congress-China links. Listen in.
जब भी भारत में संकट आया 2005 से लेकर 2014 तक चाइनीज गवर्नमेंट ने कांग्रेस को पैसा दिया, जिसका FCRA लाइसेंस भारत सरकार ने कैंसिल किया। 2008 में जब ओलंपिक हुआ, ये कांग्रेस को, ये सोनिया जी को और राहुल जी को बुलाया गया। 2017 में जब डोकलाम हो रहा था, उस डोकलाम के समय सर ये चाइनीज के साथ बातचीत कर रहे थे। चाइनीज के माध्यम से देश में एक अलग तरह का माहौल पैदा करना चाहते हैं। मेरा भारत सरकार से आग्रह है कि जितनी भी फंडिंग हुई है कांग्रेस को, जितनी भी चाइना ने फंडिंग की है, जांच की जाए और जितने लोग हैं उनको सलाखों पर नीचे डाला जाए और कांग्रेस पार्टी को किया जाए।
Right. There you have Nishikant Dubey of the BJP claiming the Congress has links with China. And this is what the BJP has been raising time and again. Issue of Chinese donations to the Congress party. As we see in the latest, Nishikant Dubey, the House raises questions as to why Chinese funding came to Rajiv Gandhi Trust. In fact, the BJP has not missed an opportunity to raise this question. And this time, yet again, Nishikant Dubey making that point on the floor of the House, as you have the opposition trying hard to corner the government on issues like Manipur and wanting a debate on the matter. Here you have the BJP now raising questions on the country's security in the first place, country's integrity, claiming that the Congress is the one who's been having links with Chinese. In fact, accusing Congress of taking donations from China towards Rajiv Gandhi Trust. Let me cut across to Shehzad Poonawala joining us on the phone line. Shehzad, the reason to why this issue has been raked up in the parliament today?
You see, राहुल की दुकान में चाइनीज सामान ही मिलता है. We thought it was not just the red diary. Today there's the red agenda of Congress which has been exposed, and by whom? By New York Times, the paper that they consider as gospel. The New York Times has given a clear-cut account of how Neville Roy Singham and his news clique are dangerous tools of the Communist Party of China and how they are promoting China's political agenda across the world. And this is the same organization when in 2021 Indian agencies acted on them. It was the Congress and its entire ecosystem that came out in its defense. Whether it was Randeep Surjewala or the stalwart leaders of Congress who defended news cliques, saying that these are only journalists trying to do their job. And today, it is the same Congress party which has a standing MOU with the Chinese, the same Congress party which has received funding from Chinese into RGF, which is using this kind of propaganda platforms of the Chinese to destabilize India. Therefore, the Congress party must explain to us what is it that their agenda is. Isn't it true that they have linkages with this news clique? Isn't it true that they were defending news clique? Isn't it true that they've received funding from the Chinese? Isn't it true that at every opportunity they have played a role of the Chinese propaganda machinery, whether it's Galwan, whether it's Doklam, whether it's questioning the Indian armed forces? isn't it true that the Congress party, while it was in power, also played to the Chinese agenda, whether it's on the territorial front or on the financial front, and caused huge harm to the interests of India? And therefore, today the relevant question should be asked of the Congress कि ये रिश्ता क्या कहलाता है? क्या राहुल की दुकान में केवल चीनी सामान मिलता है?
You know, but in that case, is this the debate that y'all are looking forward to? The BJP wants a debate on this, wants answers from the Congress right at a time when you're discussing Manipur. Is this the conversation that you want to have on the floor?
First of all, Nabila, if the Congress was so serious about Manipur, they would not have stalled Parliament for 9 days and then allowed it to discuss the Delhi Services Bill. So I think the sanctimonious stands aside, the Congress should answer whether they are even serious about Manipur. As far as this issue is concerned, don't you think it's a little troubling that the Chinese are funding so-called organizations to destabilize India, to undermine India? The Congress party is defending them. There is an agency that is probing on this. The Congress party defends this organization. And even the New York Times, the Congress party hails, has now called out this agenda of the Chinese through NewsClick. And not a single question should be asked of the Congress. Are they above any kind of questioning?
Absolutely not. The timing of which is the question. But why don't you elaborate for us a little on the funding that we're speaking of? In fact, just last year, Amit Shah as well had raked up the same issue, saying that about 1.3 crores was given by China to Rajiv Gandhi Trust. Would you know a little more on that?
Look, it is clear and evident that there is a web of Chinese propaganda that has been created and is being funded by this gentleman called Mr. Neville Singham, who is running all of these organizations, is funding them using Chinese money and Chinese agenda. And the elements who are in India supporting this are connected to the Congress party. The Congress party and its entire ecosystem came out in defense when the Enforcement Directorate started some kind of proceedings against NewsClick, saying that this was an assault on the free press. Apart from that, the Chinese have on record given money to the Rajiv Gandhi Foundation. The FCRA of Rajiv Gandhi Foundation has also been cancelled subsequently. We have also seen that there is a standing MOU between the Chinese and Rahul Gandhi, which they do not disclose the contents of even today. We have seen the manner in which between 2004 to 14, the Chinese were allowed to get several advantages over India, and the UPA government did nothing except to facilitate the Chinese point of view. And therefore, the question today is that whether it's Doklam, whether it's Galwan, whether it is this issue, is there a Chinese propaganda wing that operates within the Congress party? And who is funding this? Who is the one that is behind this? And why is it that the Congress party is tying up with elements antithetical to Indian interests only because it wants to score a political brownie point? This should be answered by Congress party and by Rahul Gandhi in particular.
All right. Thank you, Shehzad, for joining us on that. I'm going to cut across to BJP's Nishikant Dubey, who on the floor of the House raised this very question, asking what are the links between the Congress and China? As much as the opposition now trying to corner the center on issues of Manipur, here you have the BJP raising questions based on a New York Times report asking why doesn't the Congress admit that they received indeed funding from China into the Rajiv Gandhi Trust?
जब भी भारत में संकट आया 2005 से लेकर 2014 तक चाइनीज गवर्नमेंट ने कांग्रेस को पैसा दिया, जिसका FCRA लाइसेंस भारत सरकार